Yo, hey folks, it's Kevin, Big K Horror, and I feel the need or in the mood to do an Italian horror film tonight. So I'm going to review one of my favorites. It's not my absolute favorite of the said director I'm about to mention, but it is a entertaining film nonetheless that I'm a fan of. All right, but the movie does have a lot of issues with it as well. But that's just not to say that I still love it. All right, it has heart. And that movie is going to be Dario Argento's Phenomena, aka Creepers. Boom. No. Okay, so yeah, as you can see from the poster behind me, that's Jennifer Connelly, and she stars as a teenage Jennifer Connelly starring in this horror film. Before she went on to do Labyrinth. Okay, so I think this was like right after she did Once Upon a Time in America. Anyhow, so this movie, and I'll go into the plot, is pretty much about a girl named Jennifer, who's her, and Jennifer Corvino, her dad's a famous Hollywood movie actor, and he's off shooting a film, so he throws her ass into a boarding school that's in the middle of the Swiss Transylvania Alps, and weird shit begins to happen. Unbeknownst to her, there is a murderer going around on the campus at night, hacking up girls and leaving their severed heads everywhere or whatnot, just brutally, stabbing them through the mouth, through the neck, in the gut, whatever. So there's a killer around the town murdering girls from the boarding school out in the woods, and she shows up. And, she's got her own issues to deal with. She's a new student. She's the daughter of a famous actor, so other girls are mean to her. She sleepwalks. So the faculty that already don't like her dub her as disturbed. She sleepwalks. So, she's got some dilemmas. But the biggest dilemma of all is not like Carrie. How Carrie could use, from Stephen King's Carrie, could use telekinesis to move objects. She has the power to summon up all insects around her, which is fucking awesome. I mean, I love that idea, even though I effing hate insects, but it's an awesome idea. Now, one thing I will say about this movie is I wish it could have went more into that, her actually summoning, with the power of her hand and stuff, like on the cover, but that really doesn't happen except for one scene, but it... whatever. Anyway, but this movie is so cool, it begins with a murder that's pretty brutal and awesome and shot very well, and then it continues with the introducing her character, going to the school, getting picked on, but though her and her roommate get along, and pretty much, just like her trying to live her life and do her thing, but, her sleepwalking spells are getting in the way, and there's a murderer. And, so she meets this, she happens upon the property of this guy, played by Donald Pleasance, who is a bug, he specializes in studying the study of insects and bugs. And they discover that with her powers, and, the mystery of and then when it solved who the murderer is, she can use her bugs as, like, guiding wands to find the next dead body, or to tell how far decomposed the body was, or to even find where the killer lives. And she does just that, like a fucking wand, or like a, like a power, like a magic trick or something. It's really cool. This movie is just also washed out with fucking midnight blues everywhere, because a lot of the sequences take place at night with her sleepwalking, and these scenes especially have a fairy tale aura to them. It's mixed with a very luscious and gorgeous blacks and blues, and the blues pop on the screen, because I mean it's like the midnight, it's the moonlight, but it pops out, and so I love the color scheme of this movie. It's no Suspiria and it's no Inferno, but it's still a very gorgeous film to look at. Also, it has an awesome soundtrack. You get Motorhead, Iron Maiden, especially Iron Maiden. You hear a flash of the blade from the Power Slave album in it a couple of times, and you get Motorhead and some other bands in it. But yeah, no, for real, this movie is just top notch. Got heart, okay. And I know a lot of Dario Argento completists probably don't like it. I mean, I'm probably one of the rare few. But also, another thing about this movie, it has an awesome score by ex-member of Goblin. Let's see, Claudio Simonetti, and awesome synth score to this film. I have to say, it's gorgeous. And yeah, what more to say? I mean, I like the characters in it. Well, Jennifer and Donald Pleasance. I like you know, but I mean, it's got more things in it. Like when I mean, I'm not going to reveal anything about it, but like the end is just fucking crazy. You get her falling into a fucking maggot-filled body pit. Like there's a body pit full of maggots, and she falls into it, and falls into it and soaks back up, and she's got the maggots all over her. When in reality, it's really rice. But still, it's just a nasty. It makes you want to do, you know, when you watch it. And at the end, there's a razor-wielding chimpanzee, and the chimpanzee's not the killer, so I didn't ruin anything with that. But let's just say that there's a chimpanzee that's protecting Jennifer, but it's razor-wielding, and it's fucking brutal as all hell when the chimpanzee kills the killer. Okay, a little spoiler there. Yeah, the killer does die, but what killer doesn't really die in a horror film? But yeah, the killer does get killed. But anyway, actually, yeah. So anyway, but no, there's a razor-wielding chimpanzee. There's a maggot-filled body pit. There's guiding insects like in a fairy tale. There's weird sleepwalking dreams and stuff like that. It's just, it's a cool film, you know? Sure, the overdubbing is a little bit much, and so is probably the translation from Italian to American, or vice versa. But it's still an entertaining mid-80s horror film, you know? If you can just get past, like, you know, the scenes where she's, like, just walking, you know, down a hallway with her school books or answering a telephone, past the whole heavy metal in the background, you'll get through it, you know? But I don't mind it because it's Iron Maiden. But it's like, she's doing the most mundane thing, you know, like answering a telephone, like, hello? And you hear... You know, it's just kind of funny. Like, the first time I watched it as a kid, that's how I saw it. I was like, what? But it was, it's cool nonetheless. And, you know, Iron Maiden, you can't go wrong with that. Alright, so, anyway, I believe that's my thoughts on this film. Jennifer Connelly was awesome in it, I thought. I loved her as, like, a final girl or whatever. Also, I loved the sleepwalking bit. I loved all the use of colors in it. The blues, the blacks, everything that pops out on the screen, especially during nighttime sequences. I like the whole special effect of her using bugs as her, like, power. It's just really effing cool. And so anyhow, that's all I have to say about Dario Argento's Phenomena. Now don't be so shocked if I do more reviews of Dario Argento films, which I'm surprised I haven't done already, because I'm a big fan of the man, as well as Lucio Fulci, Mario Bava, all of them. Anyhow, so I'm out, but that's my review of Phenomena. Peace out.